All right, you're not going to believe this one. We've got a massive music star, a jaw-dropping yellow Lamborghini, and a multi-million-dollar international fraud investigation. Seriously, it sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, but nope, this is happening for real right now. And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, think about it. How often do you see a superstar, a household name, just casually strolling into the headquarters for financial crimes? It's unusual, to say the least. So what's really going on here? So this all blew up on August 20th of this year. That was the day the whole world saw the musician Shatta Wale walk into Ghana's Economic and Organized Crime Office, or EOCO as they're known, and he was there to answer some pretty serious questions. So yeah, you've got this classic setup. On one side, Shatta Wale, who is, one of Ghana's biggest music icons, and on the other side, you've got EOCO, the government agency that deals with the country's most tangled financial messes. Now, you've got to pay attention to the language here. He wasn't dragged in kicking and screaming. He showed up voluntarily with his lawyer to assist. It sounds cooperative, right? But it also tells you just how deep this investigation must be. And every great mystery needs that one object, that thing at the center of it all. Well, in this story, it's a bright yellow Lamborghini Urus, a supercar that's now pretty much Exhibit A. $150,000. Just let that number hang in the air for a second. That is what Shatta Wale says he forked over for the car. And look, that's a ton of cash for most of us. But what you're about to find out is that this price tag, it's just the tip of a very, very big iceberg. So when the investigators started asking questions, this was his story. He said he bought it from some guy named Zach. Just Zach, a guy he apparently can't find or get in touch with anymore. And here it is, the giant red flag. He has zero official paperwork to prove he actually owns this six-figure car. And this is where the plot really thickens. The one single piece of paper he had for this supercar, it wasn't in his name. It wasn't even in the mysterious Zach's name. It had someone else's name on it entirely. And that name, well, it cracked this whole case wide open. You see, this Lamborghini didn't just roll off a showroom floor. Oh no, it came with baggage, a criminal past that stretches all the way from Ghana to a massive investigation happening thousands of miles away in the United States. $4 million. All of a sudden, that 150 grand he paid seems like pocket change, doesn't it? U.S. authorities have directly connected this very car to a huge $4 million fraud scheme. This is way beyond a shady car deal now. We're talking about the proceeds from a major international crime. And guess who's at the heart of that scheme? The exact same name that was on that customs form, Nana Kwabena Amua. Turns out he's a Ghanaian guy who is, right now, sitting in a U.S. prison for that multi-million-dollar fraud. The pieces were all starting to click into place. So what we have here are two stories that just can't both be true. On one hand, you've got Shatta Wale's version, a straightforward, if kind of sketchy, cash purchase. And on the other, you've got the official police work, a car bought with dirty money, linked to a convicted fraudster, and already legally targeted for seizure by an American court. Okay, so you've got these two totally different narratives. How in the world do the authorities even begin to untangle this? Let's walk through how they're handling this whole complicated mess. It really unfolded like a textbook case of international police work. First, the U.S. authorities flagged the car. As soon as they connected it to the crime, they tipped off their partners in Ghana, that's EOCO, who swooped in and seized the vehicle. That seizure led them straight to Shatta Wale for questioning, and from there, he was granted bail while they keep digging. And if you want to know just how seriously they're taking this, just look at the bail. 10 million Ghanaian cedis. That is a massive amount of money, and it's a clear signal of just how big this investigation really is. We're talking about a case that spans continents. And that's why this all matters so much. This is bigger than one celebrity or one supercar. This whole thing is a textbook example of how law enforcement agencies across the globe can work together. It's about Ghana and the U.S. teaming up to tear down a criminal network and get back the assets they stole. So after the questioning, the car being seized, the massive bail, where are we now? Well, this story is a long way from being over. So here's the quick rundown of where we are today. Shatta Wale is officially still cooperating. His team is sticking to their guns, saying he was just an innocent buyer who bought the car in good faith. Meanwhile, that yellow Lamborghini is still locked up in an impound lot, and the huge international fraud investigation is moving full steam ahead. And that leaves us with a one big question that's hanging over this entire thing. Is Shatta Wale just a celebrity who had some really, really bad luck and got caught in the middle of a crime he knew nothing about? Or is this whole messy affair a cautionary tale, a warning that if a deal, especially for a supercar, seems way too simple or a little too good to be true, it probably is? I guess only time and the investigation will tell.